Welcome back to the Nerd Dose podcast. My name is Zach, and today I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Kyle.
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, Kyle. How's it going?
I want to suffer.
Yeah. Pharmacy school is a pain in the ass.
I feel like we always say, I always say this every freaking time, that we just say we suffer.
We're trying to suffer. We're trying to survive.
Yeah, it sucks. It's fine.
Well, last week was kind of like a break for us, in between exams. And then Friday, which is what today's episode is going to be about, was Disney Plus Day. Mm-hmm. So I think the third year anniversary for Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm. Came out 2019 is what I see.
Which is very surprising because that means I have been paying for Disney Plus for 3 years now.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. Yes,
yeah.
That's it. Mm-hmm. I like Disney Plus. I mean, I just always forget to end the subscription after like Mandalorian comes up.
Yeah, because I know that's what I feel like everyone was doing anyways, was because that was it Mandalorian the first show?
Yeah, Mandalorian was like the first big show.
Yeah, okay. And I feel like that's why everyone got it. And then like it died off for me, it like kind of died off for a little bit. And then because I didn't have anything else to watch.
And then season 2 of Mando came.
Yep.
And then right after that, we got all the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
And then I feel like since season 2 of Mando, it's pretty much been on a high. Mm-hmm. I would say so, because now they're finally pumping out stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess Disney pretty much did like a whole big like announcement thing on Friday, all their future projects. We're just going to kind of talk about them, what we're excited for, what we don't really care about. Mm-hmm. Take it away, Kyle.
Yeah, so I want to just talk about what just came out recently and stuff that's already been in movie theaters. Obviously, my baby Shang-Chi came back on to Disney Plus, so I already had to rewatch it again.
Yes. That kind of leads into the whole thing that Disney Plus is the first streaming service to offer an IMAX experience. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They have the aspect ratio change for I think about eight or so. Mm-hmm. Don't quote me on that. 8 or so Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Including Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, so I know I want to rewatch it because when I rewatched Shang-Chi, I was at my apartment just watching it. Mm-hmm. And I remember watching all the other shows like Endgame, for example, where like, I mean, this is easier to visualize. It's like those 2 black bars on the top and bottom of the TV. And now with the whole IMAX enhanced, what they call it, it's all gone. So it's all full screen, and now I can see everything, which is beautiful.
I am very excited. I already planned in my Thanksgiving break of rewatching a bunch of MCU movies, even though I rewatched them like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
there's a scene in Endgame at the very end when Tony dies. Mm-hmm. At the funeral, he's doing that holographic message to them.
Yeah.
But the black bars always cut out the people behind Pepper. But the aspect ratio has changed, and people have noticed the 2 people behind him was also Captain America and Thor.
That makes sense.
They were also in the room.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But their whole heads were cut off this entire time.
Yeah, because don't they film it in IMAX?
Yeah, most of these films are filmed in IMAX.
Okay, and then they just have to change it per like movie theater guidelines or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay extra for the IMAX, then you'll get to see the whole thing.
Yeah, so pretty much the only way you could see it would be in an IMAX theater until today.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't really, nothing ever offered that kind of aspect ratio. Mm-hmm. So that's actually really cool news. I hope other platforms adjust to that as well. HBO Max with Dune, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I still haven't watched it, but...
Yeah, we'll talk about that one day.
Yeah, well, was it when you watched it... Well, it's on HBO Max. I haven't seen it on HBO Max. I'm not sure if you've rewatched... Oh, you have my thing.
Yeah, now I have your HBO subscription.
Yeah, you asshole.
I know I haven't rewatched Dune yet. I haven't had any time. I'm excited for Thanksgiving break. It'll be a nice, relaxing. Christmas break's even going to be worse.
Oh, I know. I have nothing else. I mean, I know I'm not going to do anything Christmas break besides going back home, and hopefully I don't have to work. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. So yeah, I already rewatched Shang-Chi. Jungle Cruise came out as well.
Mm-hmm. Did a review on that.
Still was a decent movie. Nice, chill movie with The Rock and Emily Blunt. It was okay. One of the new shows that released was Olaf Presents, which I thought was pretty cutesy, in my opinion, because I remember this from Frozen 2, where it was Olaf pretty much summarizing the events of Frozen. So I guess because everyone loved that aspect, they were like, let's make it with all the other Disney movies. So they did it with Lion King, Aladdin, Tangled, and 2 other movies. But I thought it was a cool, cutesy thingy, in my opinion. Just a cool, fun summary. And it's Olaf, Olaf's cute as hell. You can't go wrong with him. I just love Disney in general. Zach's not a big Disney fan.
Yeah,
apparently.
That's something you'll never catch me alive watching that kind of thing. I have been kind of low-key excited for Disenchanted. Mm-hmm. It's a sequel to Enchanted. I think that came out like 10 years ago or something.
2007, I think.
Yeah, that was an old one. I used to watch that a little bit when I was younger and thought it was a fun movie.
I rewatched it just recently with my roommate.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see how that comes out.
Wait, weren't you with us?
Yeah, I was. I watched it a little bit.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I was like, dang, this movie's old.
It was a good movie. Patrick Dempsey and Amy Adams. Yeah.
What else we got?
I'm excited also because I really want to see the progression. Because like I only remember from the end of Enchanted was they live happily ever after.
So I don't know why there's a sequel required.
Yeah, because all I know
Disney's
is
running out of ideas.
They are kind of running out of ideas, even though they have 20 million ideas up their asses.
They're making a sequel to a 12-year-old movie.
Yeah. Well, like I want to, and it's called Disenchanted. So like I wonder if it's gonna be a villain's perspective or something. I don't know.
We'll see. What else? Hocus Pocus 2 comes out next year. I don't know if you saw the first look of them.
No.
They're super freaking old.
Really? Well, when did that movie come out?
That came out in like 90s. So yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, another sequel that's pretty random. But my girlfriend's pretty excited for that.
Yeah, your apartment was decorated.
Yeah, she loves Halloween. So, and Hocus Pocus I watch at least twice a year. So during Halloween. So hopefully that'll be pretty decent. There's another Disney. The Proud Family is getting a reboot. Yeah. Pretty excited for that actually. I like the Proud Family.
I liked it. Yeah, it's cool because I know I think they redid all the animation, which is interesting because I know this show came out. Oh geez, probably early 2000s or so. Yeah. It's old. And now like I saw like the whole new voice cast and like it's very surprising who they brought back. Like Lil Nas X. And Lizzo, and Tiffany Haddish. Like, I understand why, and it's gonna be really interesting because I want to know who voices who. Because I only know like the original voice actors. So.
And the trailer looks exactly like how the show used to be. Very cartoonish, and I feel like it's a good fit.
I wonder why did we bring it back though.
No idea. You got me on that one. People love the Proud Family though. I know that for sure.
I love the theme song. Oh yeah. The theme song, like the low key R&B hit and all that stuff, like.
Classic. Back when Disney cartoons were like good.
The good shows.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Along with like Kim Possible and shit.
One of my favorites. Don't be stereotypical. American Dragon Jake Long.
Yeah, I watched that show.
Yeah.
Where you could turn into a dragon.
Hell yeah. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
But I watched.
Like, of course, you watched it.
Oh, only the first episode, but then I got kind of cringed with it.
Yeah. Disney is very cringy, but we think it's a masterpiece when we're children.
Yeah, it was, and it brings back good memories because that's. Sometimes I have days where I want to go back to my childhood and not want to study anymore.
So what else? We got The Legacy of Boba Fett. So that's like a documentary episode, I guess. Yeah, I think it's like an hour long, pretty much just talking about how Boba Fett has like such a huge impact on like pop culture in general. Like here it is, you got a guy I don't even know if he said any lines in the original Star Wars trilogy, but people are obsessed over him. Just how cool he looks, his armor, I guess a little bit of his backstory. And I think it's also a big preparation to his return in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
which is coming out next month at the end of December.
Oh, it's like around the same time Mandalorian came out.
Yeah,
December time.
Yeah, we're not getting Mandalorian this year.
I'm sad.
R.I.P., which kind of was very upsetting. Get your shit together, Disney. You should be able to pump out 2 shows at once. Shouldn't be once a year. Come on, last Disney Plus Day, or I think it was May 4th. They announced like 4 or 5 different TV shows in the works.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember what they did.
Andor was one of them. Did we get to see anything about that? No. We got a first look though. Just a bunch of weird stuff. And then big disappointing thing that a lot of Star Wars fans wanted was a trailer for Kenobi. Yeah. That's a TV show coming out next year. We didn't even get a release date.
They just said, "Oh, we're doing it."
We didn't even get a poster. No trailer. We got a first look of concept art that was already released like the day before.
And all I know it's going to be between like the 3rd and 4th movie is what it's going to take place.
Yeah, bringing back Hayden Christensen.
Oh,
so it's gonna be interesting.
So do you think it's gonna start with a couple episodes with him and then go into?
We'll see. We'll see. I have no idea. It's definitely after. What is it? Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out how long it was between the 3rd and the 4th movie. Because I
think it's like 30 years or something like that. Probably at least more than that. Yeah. So we'll see. I've never watched the Clone Wars, so don't at me.
Yeah, I watched a couple.
I'm sure I'll be a lot more invested in this show if I watched it. The Clone Wars, but I never did.
I know it's a good show. I know like what's the new one I call that came out? Bad Batch, I think.
Yeah, Bad Batch. Yeah. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't have time.
Yeah, it's just a kid's show, so I never really got it.
It's not really a kid show. It's like adult animation.
Now
but...
it's starting to become adult animation.
Yeah.
I started watching a little bit of the first couple episodes of Clone Wars, and it was just too cringy for me, so I just shut it off. But big thing, Star Wars, check. Minor Disney projects, check. Nothing too big. Mm-hmm. What else we got? We got Marvel. Hell yeah.
Lord.
Marvel released a bunch of new titles, a bunch of new logos, and a couple first looks. Pretty much the biggest thing that the new shows that came with their logos that I'm going to just kind of read off here, that is the first time they've announced. We're getting a revival of X-Men, the cartoon, which people go nuts. I don't know if you ever watched that as a kid.
I watched a couple episodes. Did you?
No, I never did. I'd never seen the cartoon, but people rave over this show. They love it. So the fact that it's getting a revival should be kind of fun. We have Spider-Man freshman year.
That one's interesting.
That's going to be interesting. Yeah, it is an animated series.
Yes.
We did find out that it's going to take place right when our Tom Holland Spider-Man got his powers.
Yeah.
Or was bit by a spider. So we're going to kind of see him, I guess, not go up against the main villain, but kind of like
learn about how he was.
Yeah,
like adapt.
So his origins practically.
It's like his origin, but in an MCU version. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, which is kind of dumb because I don't really think it's that cool of an idea because the whole point of this Spider-Man was that we didn't need to have an origin show or origin story.
A fourth or third one.
Yeah, a third origin story. Now we're gonna get it.
And I know for this one, since it is focused on Peter's freshman year of high school, I know when this portrays it's like a prequel to before Civil War. Yeah. Because I think when Spider-Man got revealed in Civil War, he was in his sophomore year of high school.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like So I think he got bit in the spring.
Yes.
And then Civil War happened in the fall of his sophomore year.
Fall or spring of
because I think there was a 6-month gap from when he got bit to when he got recruited for Civil War.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to portray only
probably like the back half of freshman year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. I found this cool concept art.
Was it his... Oh.
Is that real? I don't know, but doesn't it look cool?
It looks dope, yeah. Like man making a suit. I think I also remember when I watched the Disney Plus trailer they released on Disney Plus. I think I saw when they revealed the logo, it did show a picture of Peter. Like for like a split second.
Is it? I wonder if they're gonna do like the what if animation or something different.
I feel like not.
I feel like they should do something different.
Because that was really humanistic in my opinion also.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of leads into Marvel Zombies. What the hell that's gonna be about?
I know. Is it gonna be like going more in depth of like the zombies?
Yeah, like we got our what if episode. Is it just gonna go more into that, or is it just gonna be a different show entirely with how the zombies outbreak is different?
Because the zombie outbreak from What If, it was essentially from
Hope. No, not Hope. Janet Van Dyke. She got in the quantum realm,
and then she somehow
gave it to Hank, and then they grew up, or they got big, and then attacked everyone. Yeah.
Okay, that's like one outbreak story. Unless they're gonna go, well, they can't really even go more in depth with that, right?
I don't know why they're going with these cartoon shows.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the Spider-Man freshman year. Marvel Zombies seems like a far fetch for me. It doesn't seem very relevant.
Because I feel like just having that one episode of it from What If was like...
That's all we needed.
Yeah.
No one asked for a TV show.
Was
Sorry.
there comics on it, though?
Yeah, there's a big comic series
But
on it.
Do you think it's going to focus on
maybe? I don't know. The logo looked a little funky, too. It looked very kiddish.
Do you think it's going to be more kiddish or teenage?
I hope not.
You want more adult?
I don't know. What If was on the line for me. So that kind of brings up What If Season 2 got announced.
Yeah.
I think everyone saw that one coming.
Makes sense.
I mean, I think What If... I liked bits and parts of What If. It wasn't terrible. It was nice...
Well, I know they messed up, essentially.
With one of the episodes.
With one of the episodes because they cut it. And which one was it? With Gamora and Iron Man?
Yeah. So Iron Man didn't get... the whole point was Iron Man didn't go through the wormhole.
Yeah.
He's got stuck in space and then ended up on Sakaar.
Yeah.
Essentially. I don't know.
It was just weird because I remember the final episode. I see their point was trying to bring everything back from the previous episodes into that one show. Or into that one episode, the final episode.
I think...
But it just was badly executed.
Yeah, I think what they need to do is just focus on own stories, own episode. It was kind of cool to get the team up, but in the end, I just didn't think it was worth it.
I feel like they tried to do like a tiny Avengers moment.
Yeah, and the Guardians of the Multiverse.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what it was. Guardians of the Multiverse, essentially. But I thought it wasn't. It was okay. It was a fun, cool concept, but it was just, in my opinion, wasn't executed as well.
I appreciated the other stories more.
Yes.
I think I really liked the Doctor Strange episode.
Yeah, learn about
that one was really cool. I like the Star-Lord T'Challa. That was fun. The Marvel Zombies.
Party Thor.
I hated Party Thor. And that's a known fact that most people know I liked Party Thor.
Because literally, it was just like I
feel like all things.
Yeah.
All things you could have done. You make poor a frat boy.
It was essentially Ferris Bueller's Day Off. In my opinion. It was literally that type of episode where he fucked up. Sorry, not sorry. But he kind of messed up the whole Earth when he came to visit. Made a huge party out of it. Then got called up by his mom. And his mom visited. So he had to try to fix everything back.
Yeah.
So,
Dumb.
It was... interesting concept, but no, it didn't make
sense. I kind of liked the Killmonger episode too, a little bit.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Got to see him win for once.
Yeah, seeing like his story, because I feel like I wanted to learn more about Killmonger from Black Panther, but
yeah, now we just know he's more evil than we ever thought.
Yeah, he's just a more son of a bitch.
What else did we get? We got Echo. I guess that's going to be a character. I don't know much about Echo from the comics. She's going to be a character that's introduced in Hawkeye. Coming out in a week. Hawkeye comes out in a week.
Yeah, it's coming out soon. I'm excited.
Yeah, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Yeah. I think they're dropping 2 episodes.
It's gonna be 2 episodes for the first one. Yeah,
let's go. We get closer to Spider-Man.
I know. God, that's coming out December 17th. And hopefully the trailer tomorrow. So
trailer tomorrow.
Yeah, but going back to Hawkeye, I'm surprised you haven't seen it. There was like a little preview of like what happened for like the first couple minutes of Hawkeye, and essentially it was a car chase scene with Hawkeye and the apprentice. I can't remember her name.
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop, yes. It was a really cool car scene, and once you get to watch it, you'll love it. It's all they made it like all in one shot, like a continuous shot of the car chase, where it was like spinning around like the camera, but all scenes were still going on at the same time.
So there was I don't know if you saw the movie Extraction with Chris Hemsworth. Very action-packed movie. They did a very similar thing as well.
Like as one
it was like going outside the camera, then back into the car and stuff like that.
I think it's gonna be something like that, or
I'm on the edge about Hawkeye.
Okay, I do have main little thoughts about it also, but
yeah, let's give our little rundown of Hawkeye real quick.
What do you have?
I think it's gonna be fun. I don't think it's gonna be groundbreaking. I feel like it's gonna remind me a lot similar to Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You think Falcon? Oh, I see that concept. Yes, I also see it as essentially the same thing with Iron Man and Spider-Man. That type of relationship, where it's like a higher figure of like superhero, and then trying to train a newbie wanting to become that person. You know.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
I don't know. I don't know how much I love the Christmas theme. Because I think you mentioned on your notes that it's going to be similar to Die Hard.
It's like a Die Hard kind of moment, in my opinion. So I see why they would do it, and it kind of ties in with the whole theme of like, oh, Christmas is coming around. This is going to be a nice little cool Christmas movie or something like that, or Christmas TV show.
I don't know. I liked Ronin. I liked Hawkeye. I feel like they could have made it grittier, or based on what I'm seeing. But it seems like it's going to be very very kiddish.
You think?
Yeah. We will see. I don't know. Kate Bishop. I love Haley Steinfeld. She's a good actress. I don't like her costume. It's very...
her costume is very, leathery.
Yeah, it's very purple.
Purple, yeah.
Very purple. I appreciate purple, but if it's a dark purple, it would make more sense.
And especially if you're trying to be some sort of assassin.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
Yeah, you need to be in all black or dark colors. You're going to get shown off.
And I feel like they've done a really good job making these costumes realistic. Yeah. I mean, fuck. Scarlet Witch's costume looks dumb in the comics, but look how awesome the costume she got at the end of the show.
From WandaVision?
Yeah.
It looked dope.
It's not bright red. Come on.
It's a nice toned down maroon.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it'll be interesting. I liked the first, when I watched that continuous shot from that preview, I liked it. It was an interesting concept.
I like the one scene where, they're throwing a bomb at him and he breaks the glass, catches the bomb, throws it back.
Yeah. So, there's hope. There's gonna be hope. I'm hoping for. So
I hope we get a taste of the aftermath of Nat being dead. I hope we get to see it. I hope there should be a little trauma with Clint.
A little sadness in the
I think there should be
some regret or something.
Yeah, Guilt.
There we go.
Survivor's Guilt. I definitely think that should be there.
This probably is. And then it's probably going to help portray into like wanting to help the next like Hawkeye.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. 1 week. Kind of excited. We'll see how it goes. We got Agatha, House of Harkness got announced.
I'm super interested in what they're going to do with this.
Yeah. A lot of people were not happy that this show was announced. Because they're just taking a spin-off show that's already... they're like taking a side character off of already side characters.
So spin-off of a spin-off.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a stretch. Everyone loved Agatha. I mean, I don't think I would have asked for a show
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to see a WandaVision 2 and then see a return. But it's like they're taking like good parts of that show and then just using it to make their own show.
That makes
like
sense.
Monica Rambeau, remember she's going to be in the Miss Marvel or the Marvels. So I don't know how much I like that.
I see. They're like putting like they're trying to. I feel like it's just a money grabber also because like you said, everyone loved Agatha, and don't get me wrong, she was amazing in that. Like. But it's just I'm trying to figure out like what would even a storyline be.
Exactly.
Like
it's just gonna be a prequel.
Do you think a prequel of like how? But even we did get like what a good half hour from WandaVision learning about how she was.
Yeah, no one wants. That's the thing. Like no one really cares enough about her story though.
You don't need a whole like series.
You don't need a whole 6-episode show.
So unless maybe she when Wanda made her back into her the TV version.
Yeah, I doubt it.
We'll
see. I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to come out next year on Halloween. So. Yeah. Maybe a year and a half.
It'll be a cool Halloween episodes.
Yeah.
Halloween season.
Yeah, maybe continue the vibe that WandaVision did of like each episode being a different genre. That could be.
Maybe a different genre of like
horror,
maybe. Comedy instead of decades.
Yeah, maybe. Could be something new. But yeah, back to Echo. I really wanted to say something about that. Introduced in Hawkeye. I also heard that like the Daredevil cast is going to be a part of Echo.
Oh.
It was like that's when they're going to do a big reveal.
I know she's deaf also.
Is she?
Yeah, apparently I was reading something. It said like I could be wrong. Let me double check.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think she might be deaf and is of Native American descent.
I love the Daredevil shows or the Daredevil. Yeah, Daredevil show on Netflix. Gonna be honest, one of my favorite shows ever.
Really?
It's super gritty, super dark. 3 seasons long. You should watch it.
I know.
It's fucking sick.
Is it?
Yeah, I love it. And then the Punisher got introduced 2nd season. They brought in Bullseye, who was just a nasty villain, and then Kingpin is fucking crazy.
Oh, Kingpin's in it?
Yeah, Kingpin is the main. Shit. Yeah, he's the main villain.
Really?
And he's he beats the shit out of people. So it's like full on rated R. This is like they like big time. Like whoa, like Marvel did something like this. I love Daredevil. I was very sad season 3 ended, and I really hope this is true that they are trying to do a Daredevil reboot because who they have as Daredevil, Charlie Cox, is like absolutely amazing as the role. You should watch it. It's cool. Don't watch the rest of them. Don't watch. I mean, first season of Jessica Jones is decent.
Yeah.
But don't watch Luke Cage or Iron Fist.
I know.
Iron Fist is shit.
I watched the first episode of Iron Fist and I was disappointed.
I finished the whole season of Iron Fist and I was just like, why did I watch that?
Yeah. I only remember Iron Fist from what show was it? Spider-Man, because he made a cameo in it for like I think it was like a main character.
They used someone from Game of Thrones to play him.
They did.
Yeah, they used a white man. And a lot of people were. Yeah, a lot of people weren't happy about that either. So.
I mean, that makes sense. They want to have more diversity in their thing, but no, they don't.
So a couple. We didn't get anything on Ironheart. I believe she's going to be introduced, that main character, Riri, is going to be introduced in Wakanda Forever, which is coming out next year. Nothing on I Am Groot, little short film thing.
Yeah, I wonder what that's going to be about. Is it animated?
I think it's probably not. No, I think it's like real.
Like what they did in like what
Groot is. Yeah, Groot is CGI, so like that's what they're going to do it with.
That makes sense.
Didn't really get anything on Secret Invasion. Got a picture of Samuel Jackson, as like a beard. Grittier look. Nothing too interesting. I'm not really looking forward to that show either. They got a killer cast. Like they got Emilia Clarke, Emma Thompson, Samuel Jackson. They got a great cast, and I'm just not feeling it. It's just I don't like the idea. I don't like the Skrulls. I think the
Skrulls are weird.
And it could have been because they weren't introduced in a very good movie.
You're just throwing more shade at
I don't know. Like when they popped up in the end of Far From Home, I'm just like, nope. I'm just deleting.
You're done.
I just deleted that scene from my mind. I'm like, no, it just makes it less enjoyable knowing that they weren't there. So it made the movie slightly less enjoyable because they're like, oh, they're still continuing this storyline, and that they're still trying to shoehorn this storyline in other movies. I didn't really like that. We got a couple first looks, I guess. Quick, like not even 30-second trailers for Moon Knight, She-Hulk, Miss Marvel. And is there any other?
I think those are the only three
I think those are the only three as well.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's like the main 3 I would like to look into.
Which one are you most excited for?
I am excited. It's a mix between She-Hulk and Moon Knight. Because I think I told you when I saw the Moon Knight trailer, I literally thought it was literally Batman of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Yeah.
He's the Batman of the Marvel universe.
Yeah, which because he has multiple personality disorder?
Yes, and I think one of those personalities is Moon Knight. So I think don't quote me on this. I don't know a whole lot about him either. I just played him in a video game once. He's essentially Marvel's Batman. But I think he's possessed, one of his personalities is possessed by an Egyptian god, which makes him into Moon Knight. And I guess he's very grittier. Oscar Isaac, big fan of him. Just saw him in Dune. Great actor.
Star Wars, that's all I know from him.
Star Wars, yeah. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of excited for that. I'm not very excited for She-Hulk.
I'm like mixed review with it. Because I know, like, when we preview, it's just, like, essentially Mark Ruffalo's back, and she can essentially control her powers. Is that a big summary of it?
So I believe she is actually a Hulk version all the time. But she has control of it.
Okay.
So she's, like, fully aware.
So just, like, the Hulk from, like, Endgame, essentially?
Yes, which is, like, they already did it?
They already had that concept done, but I guess they want to emphasize it more?
Yeah, and I think that based on the couple of looks we got to see, I think it's going to be more like she can turn it on and off, or she can go into Hulk form, and then she can go back into human form.
Yeah.
And I heard this show is going to break the fourth wall.
Really?
Yeah, and it's like a law, it's like a crime or a legal law kind of.
Because she's a lawyer.
Yeah, she's a lawyer, so.
Yeah.
So is Daredevil. So it's gonna be like a comedic law kind of show.
Yeah, because I read here it's pretty much the lawyer who specializes superhuman-oriented legal cases.
Interesting.
So
yeah, and they're doing 30-minute episodes of this too, which is also kind of weird as well. I don't know.
And friggin' Tim Roth is gonna come back as Abomination.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
So like, I wonder if they're gonna have a huge fight.
And then possibly Hulk's son Scar is gonna come in.
Oh.
As well, which Scar is like pretty much when Hulk got sent to Planet Hulk or Sakaar, he had a child. So and then of course he named it Scar. So not too much far from Sakaar. But yeah, I heard that could possibly be making an appearance. I don't know. It's weird. I think Mark Ruffalo's Hulk is like does a transfusion to his cousin. I think that's how she gets her powers. But I don't know. She looks very green, and it looks like she has her classic costume.
Yeah, the classic costume from her fucking aspect. Essentially, we saw.
Yeah, from the legs that we saw.
Yeah, that's all we saw. And then there was like a scene where it was like actual Professor Hulk. Like,
yeah, and his arm was okay. So
yeah.
Like, was that before Avengers Endgame? Then I'm assuming it was. It must be.
I don't know how it would be before. I feel like it would have to be after.
It makes sense that it's after, but his arm's okay, so it's got to be before.
Yeah. Because then I still remember from Shang-Chi at the end of that movie, it was
he had his arm in his wrist.
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen? Did she get her powers before Endgame, and then they're happening?
Develops after.
Yeah, it develops after. I don't know. We will see.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to see that they're actually committing to the CGI for Hulk, though.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if she's even going to be CGI because she's not a normal sized human. She's still big.
Just bigger?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you think she'll just have like a body double that's just bigger, maybe?
No idea. Like the 90s Hulk?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's all I can think of is what they're going to execute it. Or maybe they'll just do another CGI.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Well, they would just have to copy her face and put it on a bigger body is like how they would execute it.
I'm MCU, like, they're hitting a lot of projects that I'm excited for.
Mm-hmm.
But some of these new ones,
it's like it's
making me like take a double take.
It's like too much milking it.
Yeah, like Miss Marvel. I can understand. She's a teenager, gets powers. She has a really cool story I heard in the comics.
Yeah,
and she pretty much her story was in the Avengers video game that was released a couple years ago.
Yes,
and makes sense. Why they're bringing her into it. But then they're changing her powers to more as like cosmic powers. Yeah, so they don't interfere with Mr. Fantastic's elasticity powers that are going to come in the next coming years. I have no idea what they're doing with her. I don't think she's that interesting of a character, but she's essentially the first like I think she's like the first youngest like Avenger. I guess.
Yeah, she's like 16, and I know like from reading it, she's Pakistani. Yeah, Pakistani American who's an artist, gamer, and a huge fan of Captain
first
Marvel.
Muslim.
Yeah, so it's a cool concept that they want to include more diverse cast with it, because it's not like a typical, not to be mean, but not like a typical white girl. Not typical white girl just being into having inspiration. Ooh, I want to become Captain Marvel. It's showing that side of like there are other races that have that inspiration of wanting to become a superhero, and they want to include more. Yeah, it's just like, in my opinion, it's like I see the reasoning of why she wants to become Captain Marvel. I just want to hope that there's good execution with it, and it does show a lot of diversity. I saw like from the trailer, it was like a mosque, right? They were in a mosque, doing the whole prayer scene. So it's cool. I will watch it just to see how it's executed, but seeing the costume also kind of worried me.
So I don't think that's her actual costume. It looks like she was in a Captain America or Captain Marvel's like knockoff costume. Yes. But the weird thing is like her powers are cosmic now, but then there was a scene where she was like, you could see on the glass she was running on her powers, which she has never been able to do with the elasticity powers. Yeah. So I don't like that. The fact that I understand the change, makes sense, but don't like give her new powers as well. Like at least stick to it. Like her biggest signature is like her making her fist big and doing like a mega punch. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
I'd rather just watch it and experience it and then go from there.
I hope it doesn't get a season 2. It's giving me Captain Marvel vibes. Again, I know that's where they're going in the direction, but like people don't like Captain Marvel, and I think that
there's some for that niche.
Captain Marvel made $1 billion at the box office too. That's some bullshit with how that movie was.
Yeah, I know.
I was excited for Captain Marvel, and then when I watched it, I was just like,
it wasn't as dramatic as I liked it.
Yeah, it was just...
It wasn't up to standards.
Very cut and dry.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. Like Black Widow, the more I think about it, the more I don't like it.
I only like the first scene with the whole Nirvana scene. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I got away from it.
I was thinking about it on the ride over here, like, that movie's so cut dry. Like, it literally goes from prison, dinner scene... Red Room. Yeah, like that's how cut and dry like it feels. How the pacing is like this is the location, next location, next location. That's how most movies are, but you don't really notice that in most movies. Yeah. If you can notice it in like this movie, I feel like there's something wrong a little bit with the editing.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, same thing with Captain Marvel. That was her home spaceship thing. Then to the Earth. Then there was that scene where she got chased. Then they went to a bar, I think, and then they went to the secret SHIELD base, and then someone's house, and then someone.
Don't remember it. And, I remember seeing Samuel L. Jackson run in that movie, and he is like 75 years old, so he was like limping. Oh, and it was so weird to see that
because it was supposed to be based on the 80s, essentially.
Yeah, no,
before,
the 90s,
or 90s, yeah, before like he lost his eye and stuff. But I don't know. I'll still watch Miss Marvel. And
I'll still watch it, but I'm not excited for it. I'll still watch She-Hulk too. I am slightly excited for it, but also not. I'll put that underneath Moon Knight. I would say I'm probably more excited for Moon Knight than I am Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'll say that. Oh, I'm a mix in between Moon Knight and Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is gonna be like a make it or break it to me. If they can't get the relationship between Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, then the whole thing's garbage.
Then it's gonna go shit.
That's the whole point of the show. Yeah. And I heard people love Kate Bishop. She's really good in the comics, and I heard she's got some great arcs. But
we'll see. Yeah. It's a lot of new releases, so I'm really excited how this is gonna portray well. I know they did a lot of promo for this Disney Day Plus. Disney Plus.
Excited for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Excited for Doctor Strange, Thor. Yeah. I don't know. I'm more excited for these older projects versus like these newer.
It's because we were used to it.
Well, and, I feel like they got a different formula now.
Yeah. They're changing everything.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast today, and Eternals is so cosmic and galactic.
Yeah.
I know you haven't seen it yet, but like the ending of it, you're like, whoa, where are they going with this? And then you're thinking, oh, a few months ago they introduced the multiverse.
Yeah.
So like, which direction are they taking?
It's like too many paths they're trying to go into, but it's gonna be hard to bring it back.
Yeah, and right now Phase 4 has just been a bunch of random projects.
Yeah.
Nothing has like flowed whatsoever.
Nothing flowed or like correlated with each
And
other.
I get that, but I feel like at this point it should start. I think Spider-Man's probably going to lead into Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
But then Thor is going to probably be a little random.
Yeah. A lot of, like I said, a lot of different paths Marvel's going into, but it's going to be harder. They're going to bring it back.
Yeah, Blade having his, having his like essentially own universe where he's fighting vampires.
Yeah.
Or own like.
Vampire.
Yeah, there. And then you got X-Men going to get introduced soon, and then Fantastic Four. So we will see what happens. Well, what's also weird is Miss Marvel is an Inhuman, why I don't know why they would introduce Inhumans before X-Men, X-Gene.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's gonna be an Inhuman, even though they have introduced Inhumans in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yes.
And also in the Inhumans show, which came out like 7 years ago. I don't know if you remember that, but it was complete garbage. Because there's like a royal family with the Inhumans and everything, and they focused on that, but it was really, really bad. But yeah, we'll see.
It's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting Phase 4.
Yeah, I'm excited.
A lot of, like I said, a lot of stuff going around. But like, I know a lot of people want everything to correlate with each other, but I don't know how Marvel's gonna execute this. So
I'll be impressed. Ask me in 5 years. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, 5 years.
Hey, by then we'll have an Avengers movie. Hanging in there.
Yeah, and
I keep thinking of all these, like, they keep introducing so many characters, and I'm thinking, like, how are they going to top Endgame? Like, are they just going to have another? Are they just going to have another like giant war at the very end where all these characters come in?
Like,
but there's so much more.
Yeah.
Now, so how are they going to do something like that?
Like, I know there could be. I know there's like that whole. Oh my gosh, what was it with Val? I think her name was.
Oh yeah, Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be coming soon.
Like,
I don't know. It seems like they're really jumping ahead of how many projects. But they are handling them because they're still getting pumped out quite often. I think Miss Marvel was supposed to come out the same time around Hawkeye. But I think now it's been pushed back to fall of 2022.
Damn, that's so far
That's
away.
how far away. That's an entire year. Yeah.
Jeez.
So, I don't know. Do you have anything else to kind of add to this?
Nothing I can think of. I'm excited for all this stuff. So, like I said, I hope Moon Knight. I'm really excited to see how Moon Knight goes through.
Moon Knight's my favorite.
So I'm excited how that's gonna be going through with. Like I said, that's like my Batman in the Marvel universe, like kind of comparison.
Speculation on everything else.
It's so hard because like I'm kind of worried with like Hawkeye, a little worried with She-Hulk, and it's all because that's the only ones we can really look forward to till now for the next month or so. I think just so we know.
Yes, hopefully Spider-Man tickets go on sale tomorrow.
Oh, it does.
I'm hoping. Usually they go on sale about a month before the movie drops.
That's
so
true.
I'm ready to buy that shit ASAP.
I know. I gotta figure
Slam my credit card on my desk. Let's go.
Shit. I know. I gotta buy my tickets also. I gotta see if I can watch it with my parents.
Ooh.
My brothers.
Yeah, I was gonna see it Thursday, but we might have an exam on Friday.
We do. No.
Yeah, a remediation possibly. So I don't know if I'll have it, but I don't want to risk it. So so I'm going Friday. But yeah. Follow us on Instagram. Thank you all for listening.
Yes.
Yeah,
follow our Instagram. Hopefully you all see my new pic.
yeah. Kyle dressed up as Shang-Chi, so that's pretty. Shang-Chi. Yeah, Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Jesus. That was a fun closet cosplay I've done.
You should have wore it to a con this year.
I know we were gonna go to a con, but we were busy.
Someone got poor, so that was me. Anyways, thanks for listening. We'll see you later, guys.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.